So joining us this morning is Nate Ball, author of Alien in My Pocket. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thanks.
Great. So, Nate, tell me, why did you create this series for young readers?
I grew up loving to discover how things worked and loving to make stuff. And I've been very engaged actually for a long time now in getting other kids in the world excited about that same kind of process. I'm now a mechanical engineer for my main profession, and it's fun work that's also fulfilling because I get to use my own skills to help out people. And that's something that resonates with just about every kid I've ever encountered. So I've been engaged in this kind of work for a long time, both through my TV show called Design Squad on PBS and PBS Kids, and now also through my book series, the Alien in My Pocket series. And the series is all about exposing kids to how fun it can be to learn things and then use that learning to do cool stuff in the world. So in the books, there's a little tiny alien named AMP who comes to Earth to scout out Earth for takeover. Turns out there's been a huge miscalculation of scale, and humans are about 20 times bigger than AMP expected. So now it's up to Zach, a fourth grader whose bedroom window AMP the alien crash landed through, and Zach's next door neighbor and best buddy Olivia to help keep their friends safe and ideally figure out how to fix his ship to get him back to his home planet to call off the impending alien attack from tiny little aliens.
Great, and I saw a picture of Am, and he's very cute. Can you tell me more? How do you create the hands-on experiments for your books, and what are some of your favorite ones?
Yeah, so in each story, the plot centers around some kind of project that the kids in the little alien build. And these are all the same projects that I actually grew up building and loving to do myself. And so if readers are particularly engaged, and I hope they will be, in what happens in the story, they'll find instructions in the back of each book for where they can actually reproduce those experiments at home using inexpensive and easy to find materials like cardboard and bottles. So the series kicks off with the first book called Blast Off. And that project is the classic 2-liter soda bottle rocket. And this is the same project that got me excited in the process of science and building things when I was in 4th grade myself. In fact, just yesterday I used the same launcher that I built almost 20 years ago now to launch rockets with a whole bunch more 4th graders who loved it. And so there's instructions in the back of Blast Off for how to build your own rocket and launch it in your backyard, or maybe like a school field. And then book number 2, they get to build an electromagnet. Book number 3, your own radio transmitter that you can plug into an iPod and broadcast to a nearby radio receiver like in your car. And the list just goes on and on from there. It's all fun, reasonably easy to accomplish projects that I've written out very detailed instructions for in the back. So it's great stuff to get kids engaged in that hands-on learning that can really solidify the lessons they might be learning about in school.
Sounds great. And, why is it important to teach science to young kids?
It is critical to teach science to young kids, and not just teach it to kids. I mean, I'm very much in favor of the new efforts that the country's putting on attention towards increased science and technology literacy, but we don't just need literate kids. We need kids that are passionate about the process of discovery and about critical thinking and the skills that it takes to be able to do science and to be able to do engineering. And I became passionate about those things myself just through the process of doing it when I was a kid. And now I get to do that as an adult, and it's so motivating to understand that the more you learn, the more cool stuff you can do, right? The more capable you become, the easier it becomes to dream up something incredible and then have the skills to carry that off. We need that more and more in the world now, and especially in the near future. And having kids that are really passionate about science is what it's going to take to be able to, grow the technological leaders of the future.
I could not agree with you more. Something that also stuck out to me was your background. It was very unique, from graduating MIT to becoming a competitive beatboxer, which I would love if you could give us a sample, because I love beatboxing, I won't lie.
Of course. So, I love science for many, many reasons. One of which is you can use science to learn how just about anything works. So I use science to learn how my own voice box works. So I heard some beatboxers do some incredible things with these cool throat-based tones like boom, 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 So I use science to become a better beatboxer. I can talk like a robot like this because I understand how my voice works, and more. And it's so fun to do that with kids in the school because as soon as you start talking like a robot, every single head in the audience turns towards you at the same time, and you've got their attention locked. That's when the presentation really starts.
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you for that. And, we'll wrap it up. Would love to hear what's next for you in this series.
Oh, I'm so excited about book 5. Zach, the fourth grade protagonist, has been continuously kind of skeptical about how useful this science stuff really is because he really wants to play baseball and have fun. Book 5 is kind of a big turning point for him where he starts to realize this actually can help me do cool stuff that I want to do, which is the big lesson that resonated with me as a kid. So not only does Zach discover a really important and useful way that he can use his own knowledge to do stuff he wants to do, but also there's a special extra alien visitor that comes to join AMP in book 5, which I'm very excited about. It's one of my favorite things that we've done in the series so far.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Well, listen, I think that'll do it. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us this morning, and we are looking forward to this book and many more from you.
Thank you so much. I was glad to be here.